Hi, and welcome to the ProForm Treadmill Series Assembly video. Follow these steps for the Pro9000 and Pro2000 models. Step 1. Assembly tips. Assembly requires 2 people. Place all parts in a cleared area and remove the packing materials. Do not dispose of the packing materials until you finish all assembly steps. After shipping, there may be an oily substance on the exterior. This is normal. Wipe it off with a washcloth. To identify small parts, see page 7 of the owner's manual. Keep the included tools. One or more of the tools may be needed to make adjustments in the future. Left parts are marked L or left, and right parts are marked R or right. Step 2. Pull the upright wire. Make sure the power cord is unplugged. Locate the upright wire attached to the base with a tie. Remove this tie. Next, identify the right upright. Have a second person hold the right upright near the base. Tie the wire tie in the right upright securely around the end of the upright wire. Then insert the upright wire into the lower end of the right upright and pull the upper end of the wire tie until the upright wire is routed through the right upright. Step 3. Attach uprights. Hold the right upright against the base. Do not pinch the upright wire. Attach the right upright with 2 3/8 inch by 2 3/8 inch screws, a 3/8 by 1 1/4 inch screw, and 3 3/8 inch star washers as shown. Do not fully tighten the screws yet. Next, have a second person lift the right side of the frame slightly while you attach a wheel with a 3/8 inch by 1 3/4 inch screw. Do not fully tighten the screw yet. Step 4. Attach base covers. Identify the left and right base covers. Slide the left base cover onto the left upright and slide the right base cover onto the right upright. Then slide the base covers down to the floor. Step 5. Attaching handrails. Attach the left and right handrails to the left and right uprights with 4 5/16 by 2 1/2 inch screws and 4 5/16 inch star washers. Do not fully tighten the screws yet. Be careful not to pinch the upright wire on the right side. Position the upright wire as shown. Then remove and discard the 4 indicated screws. Step 6. Console assembly. Set the console assembly face down on a soft surface to avoid scratching the console. Remove and save the 4 1/4 inch by 1/2 inch screws. Next, identify the left and right trays. Attach the trays to the console assembly with 8 number 8 by 3/8 inch screws. Do not over-tighten the screws. Step 7. Attach crossbar. Important! To avoid damaging the crossbar, do not use power tools and do not over-tighten number 10 by 3/4 inch screws. Orient the crossbar as shown. Attach the crossbar to the handrails with 4 number 10 by 3/4 inch screws and 4 number 10 star washers. Start all 4 screws and then tighten them. Then tighten the 4 5/16 inch by 2 1/2 inch screws. Step 8. Connect the upright wire. With the help of a second person, hold the console assembly near the right handrail. Connect the upright wire to the console wire. The connectors should slide together easily and snap into place with an audible click. If they do not, turn one connector and then try again. Please note, depending on your product, you will either have a JST type of connection or Molex. JSTs must be connected in the correct orientation and hear an audible click. If you don't hear a click, flip over the connector and try again. Molex connectors can only be connected one way. Remove the wire tie from the upright wire. Step 9. Attach console assembly. Attach the console assembly to the handrails with 4 1/4 inch by 1/2 inch screws that you removed in step 6 and 4 1/4 inch star washers. Start all 4 screws and then tighten them. Be careful not to pinch the wires. Insert any excess wire into the top of the right upright. Step 10. Securing the crossbar. Start 2 number 8 by 1/2 inch screws into the crossbar and then tighten them. Do not over-tighten the screws. Step 11. Attach handrail covers. Align the right top handrail cover with the crossbar and with the holes in the right handrail. Then press the right top handrail cover downward onto the right handrail. The front of the right top handrail cover should flex around the console base and snap into place around the crossbar. Next, start 5 number 8 by 3/4 inch screws into the right bottom handrail cover, the right handrail on the right top handrail cover. Then slide the right top and bottom handrail covers forward against the console base as shown and tighten the 5 screws. Attach the left top and bottom handrail covers to the left handrail as previously shown. Step 12. Attach the latch crossbar. If the treadmill is assembled on a smooth surface, it may roll forward as you do this step. Remove the two 5/16 inch by 3/4 inch screws from the latch crossbar, and please note the latch crossbar is not pre-attached to the treadmill. Next, raise the frame to the upright position. Have a second person hold the frame until step 14 is completed. Orient the latch crossbar as shown. Make sure that the "this side toward belt" sticker is facing the treadmill. Attach the latch crossbar to the brackets on the frame with the two 5/16 inch by 3/4 inch screws that you just removed and two 5/16 inch star washers. Step 13. Attach the storage latch to the crossbar. Remove the 5/16 inch nut and the 5/16 inch by 1 3/4 inch bolt from the bracket on the base. Next, orient the storage latch as shown. Attach the lower end of the storage latch to the bracket on the base with the 5/16 inch by 1 3/4 inch bolt and the 5/16 inch nut, as shown. Then raise the storage latch to a vertical position and remove the tie. Step 14. Secure the storage latch. Remove the 5/16 inch nut and the 5/16 inch by 2 1/4 inch bolt from the bracket on the latch crossbar. Align the upper end of the storage latch with the bracket on the latch crossbar, and insert the 5/16 inch by 2 1/4 inch bolt through the bracket on the storage latch. This will push a spacer out of the storage latch. Discard the spacer. Next, tighten the 5/16 inch nut onto the 5/16 inch by 2 1/4 inch bolt. Do not over-tighten the nut. The storage latch must be able to pivot. Step 15. Attach the grommet. Attach the grommet to the upright wire as shown, then press the grommet into the square hole near the lower end of the right upright. Step 16. Attach the inner base covers. Firmly tighten the 4 3/8 inch by 2 3/8 inch screws and the two 3/8 inch by 1 1/4 inch screws. Next, tighten the two 3/8 by 1 3/4 inch screws. Make sure that the wheels turn freely. Next, set the right inner base cover onto the lower end of the right upright and onto the base. Then slide the right base cover downward and press it into the right inner base cover. Next, set the left inner base cover onto the lower end of the left upright and onto the base. Then slide the left base cover downward and press it onto the left inner base cover. Then lower the frame. Step 17. Final inspection. Make sure that all parts are properly tightened before you use the treadmill. If there are sheets of plastic on the treadmill decals, remove the plastic. To protect the floor or carpet, place a mat under the treadmill. Now that we have assembled the treadmill, let's start the onboarding process. Step 1. Turn the treadmill on. Plug the power cord into a surge protector. Once the power cord is plugged in, push the power switch to on. Step 2. Test the treadmill. Enter manual mode and proceed to test the treadmill incline and speed to ensure it is properly calibrated. Step 3. Connect Wi-Fi. Exit manual mode and return to the main screen. Follow the steps on the screen to connect to Wi-Fi. Thank you for purchasing this ProForm treadmill.